Hey everyone, and welcome to Geography Repo. So get this, today we are diving into one of the absolute weirdest places on the entire planet. We're talking about a piece of land that is so unwanted that two different countries have spent more than 100 years fighting over who doesn't have to own it. Yeah, you heard that right.
I mean, just think about it. We're so used to hearing about countries fighting over land, over resources, over borders. But what if the script was completely flipped? Imagine a diplomatic war where the goal is to prove, no, that land is yours, not ours. It sounds totally made up, but I promise you it is a real place with a very, very strange story. And here it is. Meet Bir Tawil. It's this patch of land kind of wedged right there between Egypt and Sudan. And the crazy part? Officially, it belongs to absolutely no one. It's one of the last few spots on Earth that is designated as terra nullius.
So what in the world is terra nullius? Well, it's a fancy Latin term that literally just means nobody's land. In the eyes of international law, it means that this place has never been claimed by any country. It is a true blank spot on the world map of who owns what.
Okay, so right about now, you're probably thinking, all right, it's a chunk of desert nobody wants, big deal, who cares? And you know what? You're not wrong. It's pretty much just sand and rocks. There's no water, no people, no oil. So why is this useless piece of land the center of such a weird political puzzle? Well, the why is the whole story. To really get what's going on, we have to hop in a time machine. The whole problem, and I mean the entire problem, boils down to a classic mess left behind by the British Empire. It is quite literally a tale of two different lines drawn on a map. So here's how it went down. Back in 1899, the British, who were running the show back then, drew a border. Nice and simple, just a straight line across the map. Problem solved, right? Well, not so fast. Just 3 years later, in 1902, they realized that their neat, straight line actually cut right through the lands of local nomadic tribes. So, to try and fix it, they drew a new, wiggly line. And in doing so, they created a political headache that has lasted for over a century.
Okay, stick with me here. Egypt. They point to that first map, the 1899 straight line. Why? Because on that map, they get a really valuable piece of land called the Halib Triangle. And conveniently, that unwanted plot of land, Bir Tawil, ends up on Sudan's side of the line.
But then you've got Sudan, and they say, no way, the real border is the wiggly 1902 line. And you can probably guess why. On their favorite map, guess who gets the valuable Halib Triangle? They do. And that useless piece of desert, Bir Tawil, well, that becomes Egypt's problem. Are you starting to see what's happening here? This is the absolute heart of the paradox. It's a geopolitical stalemate. Both countries desperately want the good land, the Halib Triangle. But because of these two totally conflicting maps, the only way for either of them to lay claim to the prize is to give away Bir Tawil. You literally can't have one without getting rid of the other.
So yeah, this whole bizarre situation, this whole diplomatic dance, it has nothing to do with Bir Tawil itself. Nobody actually cares about that patch of sand. The real game, the real prize, is its much more attractive neighbor, the Halib Triangle.
Let's break it down. Imagine I offered you two things. One is a giant, warm, delicious chocolate chip cookie. The other is a tiny, boring, plain cracker. You want the cookie, right? Of course you do. But here's the catch. To get the cookie, you have to point at your friend and insist that the cracker belongs to them. That's it. The Halib Triangle is the cookie, Bir Tawil is the cracker. So what makes this cookie so darn delicious? Well, for starters, the Halib Triangle is 10 times bigger than Bir Tawil. It's got direct access to the Red Sea, which is huge for trade. It's full of valuable minerals like manganese, and there could even be oil and gas just offshore. It's seriously valuable real estate, which is exactly why Egypt controls it right now. So you see, if Egypt ever for 1 second said, okay, fine, we'll take Bir Tawil, they would be legally admitting that Sudan's 1902 map is the correct one. And in that instant, they'd lose their claim to the Halib Triangle forever. It's the ultimate game of geopolitical chicken. And for over 100 years, neither side has been willing to blink. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Because I know what you're thinking. It's what everyone thinks. If no country wants it, can I just go there and claim it for myself? Can I start my own little country? Is it free real estate? Believe it or not, people have actually tried. The most famous story is about an American dad who literally traveled all the way out there, planted a flag he and his kids designed, and declared the Kingdom of North Sudan. Why? so his daughter could officially be a princess. It's a pretty sweet story, but unfortunately for all the aspiring kings and queens out there, it's not quite that simple. And here is the big catch. Just because neither country wants it for themselves, that doesn't mean they think it's up for grabs. Egypt's official stance is that Bir Tawil belongs to Sudan, and Sudan's official stance is that it belongs to Egypt. You see, in their eyes, somebody does own it. It's just the other guy. So if you actually showed up and tried to start a new nation, you'd be messing up their very delicate, century-long political game. And both Egypt and Sudan have an interest in keeping that game going. So yeah, they would probably work together, and one of them would quietly send some people to escort you out. The party would be over pretty quick. When you step back and look at it, Bir Tawil is just this perfect, bizarre little glitch on our modern world map. It's a weird leftover from a time when people in London were drawing lines on maps of Africa without really thinking about the long-term consequences. And that's what's so fascinating. This story is kind of funny, but it also makes you think, doesn't it? This one strange piece of land exists, unwanted, only because of a couple of lines drawn on a map by people who are long gone. It really makes you wonder, how many other problems in our world today are still being dictated by the ghosts of old maps? And that is the truly wild story of Bir Tawil, the land nobody wants. If you thought this geographic riddle was as cool as I do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button to join us for more amazing stories from Geography Repo. Thanks for watching.